All right, guys, we're getting there. It's Monday again. Couple weeks left. Seniors, you got 3 weeks left. Everybody else, you got 5 weeks left. The last week's exam, so who knows what's happening then. Okay, a few things today. We're going to start finishing up logs. We're not sure if we're going to be done today or Wednesday, but we're getting there. Okay, so a couple of things. Just want to make sure everybody remembers how to do. First of all, remember how to change logs. One of your parts of your assignments today is going to be changing logs logs to exponents. So, but they're going to look a little different. First, let's start with this. If I give you log base 2 of 8 equals 3, hopefully you guys remember how to change that. So you're going to start with the base, right? So you're going to start with 2 down and around, so to the third equals 8, right? So that would be your answer. So what they're going to look like in the Delta math is a little different. So I just want you guys to get an idea of what's going to happen. I'll show you guys how to do it at the end of the lesson, so that way you guys can figure it out. All right, so if I give you something like this, log base 3 of x minus 3 equals 2. All you're going to do is change it. Okay, so no big deal. So 3 to the second power. So 3 to the second power equals x minus 3. So Delta math, this part you guys are just going to leave it like that. You're not going to solve it. They are going to get a little weird. So if I give you something like this, log of 5x, or log base 5x of, I don't know. I know there are some square ones. So x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 4. Okay, so it's this to that power. Now, I'm going to show you guys this on Delta Math. I got one set up so you guys can see it. This is 2 variables, right? Remember, there's a difference between 5x to the 4th and 5x to the 4th. So we want this whole thing to the 4th power. So you're going to have to put it in parentheses. So it's going to be parentheses 5x to the 4th, okay, equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay, yes, no, maybe so. So let me just actually show you that real fast right now. There's more to this lesson if it wants to get out of here so I can pull it up. All right, so if I give you something like this, okay, so this is what I was talking about. So right here, there's a 4 times an x down there. Okay, so it says write the log equation as an exponential equation. You do not need to solve for x. So it's the base, right? But now there's 2 things there. So you guys are going to have to put it in parentheses. So make sure you put it in parentheses. Now, one of the things we've talked about is the keyboard. So make sure you go to the keyboard. Make sure you use the exponent button. So there's the exponent button right there. Okay, I'll highlight it. So you're going to have to use that. Remember, the other thing I told you guys is you guys can use the caret button. The caret button is above the 6, so I can actually just use that and it'll jump up also. So just so you guys know, so 4x raised to the 5x power, make sure you shift over so your cursor jumps down. Okay, so you see how right there, jump down. Okay, right there. Okay, and that's going to equal 2x minus 2. Submit your answer. Is it right? Yay, you guys are awesome. Okay, so same thing here. Now this one's actually in parentheses, so you're okay. So this one would be parentheses. You got to still put the parentheses if they're there. So x plus 1, I'm going to use the caret button. Okay, so jumped up. Make sure you got to hit shift and then the 6. To the 3x minus 2 power, make sure you shift over, and that's going to equal 7. Bam, submit your answer. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, the other one I want to show you is, so something like this. Okay, remember we've talked about this. There's no base down there. Hopefully you guys remember what the base is. So if there's no base, remember the base is 10. So make sure you guys use 10. So this would be 10 raised to the, okay, or if you want to go back, use the keyboard. 10 raised to, there's the exponent button. Okay, raised to the 2x minus 1 power. Shift it over, equals 9. Submit your answer. Is that right? Yes, bam. Okay, awesome. Okay, so there's that first part. All right, so let's go back to over here. The second part of what you're going to do is you're actually going to start solving these, but we're going to use the properties. Maybe this bigger. All right, come on. Move myself out of the way. All right, so you're going to use the properties to solve these. Remember the basic properties. So if I give you log of x plus log of y, remember plus means to multiply, so this would change to log xy, right? And if I give you log of x minus log y, so plus is multiply, minus is divide, so this would be log of x over y. Don't forget that the front one goes on top. And then when there are front numbers, so 2 log x, remember this is going to go up to the exponent, so that would be log of x squared, right? Awesome. Okay, so some problemos. So if I give you this, we're going to start off easy. So log base 3 of 5 plus log base 3 of x equals 1. Okay, you're only allowed 1 log on each side. So only 1 log on each side. Okay, so we're only going to work on ones that have logs on one side. The ones with logs on the other side are actually super easy, but we're not going to worry about those. All right, so they got the same bases. There's a plus sign, so we're going to multiply them. So the first thing you want to do is write them as a single log. Okay, so this would be log base 3 of 5x equals 1, right? Now change it to an exponent. All right, so 3 to the first power equals 5x, right? Now, as long as there's not an exponent up here, guys, you're just going to do the math. So 3 to the first would be 3 equals 5x, divide by 5, so x would be 3/5. Okay, you're going to leave them in fraction form, so make sure we know how to do that. All right, so let's do the next one. Let's do a subtraction one. So log base 2 of 6 minus log base 2 of x equals 3. Okay, so we got to get 1 log on each side, so that's a minus, right? So write it as a single log, so log base 2, so 6 over x equals 3, right? Now change it to an exponent, so 2 to the third equals 6 over x. All right. Now do your math, so 2 to the third, so 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 equals 6 over x. Now, you guys got to get those out of the denominator, okay? So remember, this is just division, and we get rid of division by using multiplication, so we're going to multiply both sides by x on this side, okay? So whenever you want to get out a fraction on the bottom, you're going to multiply both sides by the entire thing that's down there. So these are going to cancel out, so now you got 8x equals 6. Make sure you divide by the one with the x. So divide both sides by x, and you're going to get 6 over 8. And make sure you reduce it. So what goes into 6, that also goes into 8. It's 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So your answer would be 4/3. Yes? No? Maybe so? Right? Yes. I had the wrong answer on my notes. Got a little confused for a second. All right. So let's make this slightly more challenging. It's really not going to be all that much more difficult. I'll give myself some more room. So we're going to go log base 4 of x plus 3 log base 4 of 2 equals, I don't have it equaling to anything. Ha ha. So hang on, let me figure out what it's equal to. Pause. Unpause. It's equal to 2. Okay. So here, the first thing you got to do is deal with this, right? So we got to get rid of this front number. Remember, front numbers are going to go up to the exponent, right? So you got log base 4 of x plus log base 4 of 2 to the third equals 2. Now, those of you who know how to do the math, you can kind of skip this part and just change that to what it is. I'm going to do a couple extra steps so you guys can see what's going on. So log base 4 of x plus log base 4 of 2 to the third is 8 equals 2, right? Okay, now that's a plus sign, so we're going to have to multiply. So we got log base 4. It's x times 8, which, guys, it's 8x, guys. Don't forget to put the number in front. Equals 2. Right? Now change it to an exponent. 4 to the second equals 8x. Make sure you're careful with this. So 4 squared is 16. So 16 equals 8x. Divide both sides by 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So x is 2. All right. All right, so I'm gonna give you one. I want you guys to try this. So 2 log 5 plus log of 2x equals 3. All right, before you get too far and you go off on your own and you hit pause, guys, remember there's no base here. Okay, so if there's no base, remember that's going to be a 10. Okay, all right, so hit pause, give it a try if you want. If you don't, well, too bad. All right, so exponent goes up, right? So this becomes a log of 5 squared plus log of 2x equals 3. 5 squared is 25, right? So log 25 plus log 2x equals 3. Okay, plus means multiply, so multiply them. So you got log of 25 times 2, so that's 50x equals 3. All right, now go ahead and change it to an exponent. The base on this is 10, so it's 10 to the third power equals 50x. Okay, be careful, 10 to the third is not 30. 10 to the third is 1,000. It's got 3 zeros. Then we're going to divide by both sides by 50. So you need to do 1,000 divided by 50. The easiest way to do it, guys, you can cross out as many zeros on the top as the bottom. Okay, and then just divide this. So 5 goes into 10 twice. 5 does not go to 0, so x is 20. Yay! All right, one more. And then I'll show you guys the delta math. Do I have room? Oh, we're going to use this room right over here. All right, so we got log base 4 of 6x minus 4 log base 4 of 2, and that's going to equal 0. All right, so give it a shot, try and set it up. Okay, if you get stuck, just play the video and see when you catch up. Okay, all right, so we're going to raise this to the top. Okay, it's just going to be 4. It's not going to be negative 4, so don't do that. So log base 4 of 6x minus log base 4 of 2 to the 4th equals 0. So log base 4 of 6x minus log base 4 of 2 to the 4th. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16 equals 0. Okay. Now, it's minus, so we're going to divide. So log base 4 of 6x over 16 equals 0. Change it. So 4 to the 0 power equals 6x over 16. Be careful, okay? 4 to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is 1, guys. So that's going to be 1 equals 6x over 16. Okay, so just like before, I got to get the 16 out of here. So you're going to multiply both sides by the denominator. So I got 16 equals 6x. Divide by 6. So you got x equals 16 over 6. Make sure you simplify it. By the way, I want to show you this. Those of you guys with this calculator, okay, and even the ones with the blue one, I'm not sure about the yellow one, the one that looks like the yellow one. I can use my fraction button and it'll actually reduce fractions for you. So if I want 16 over 6, I can just push in 16, right? So 16, use the fraction button over 6. And if I hit equals, now that changes it to a mixed number. But if you hit the second button and you see on the top the D over C, that means it's going to change it to an improper fraction. So second D over C, it'll reduce it for me. Okay. So again, if you want to reduce fractions, guys, okay, so if I give you something just plain, like if I do 4 over 6 and hit equals, it'll reduce it for me. If you do an improper, so 6 over 4, and I hit equals, it's going to make it a mixed number. But if you want to change it from a mixed number to improper, again, right above the fraction button, okay, it says D over C. Hit the green button on this one, and then the fraction will change it back, okay? Or just do it in your head. Most of you guys can do this. What number goes into 16 that also goes into 6? It's 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that would be 8 over 3. Okay. All right. Let's show you what it's going to look like on Delta Math. Okay. So here's the problem. Shooting. Okay. So it says log base 4 of 2x minus log base 4 of 6 equals 1. Right? Okay, so same thing we just did, right? So, okay, there's no front number, so I don't need to move them up, so I'm just going to combine them. So log base 4 of 2x over 6 equals 1. All right, those of you who know what you're doing, if these are numbers right here, I can reduce this, but most of you don't even bother, okay? Change it to an exponent, so 4 to the first equals 2x over 6, right? 4 to the first is 4, so 4 equals 2x over 6. Get the denominator out of the bottom. Okay, so multiply both sides by 6. These will reduce. So you got 24 equals 2x. Divide by 2, so x is 12. Okay, let's see if we got it right. Go back, enter your answer. My answer should be 12. Submit it. Yes. Bam, we got it right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there was one. Trying to get one with a number in front. There we go. Oh, let's do a multiply one. All right, so let's do this one. So log base 2 of 2x plus 3 log base 2 of 3 equals 0. Okay, bring it back to the paper. All right, right? So, all right, bring this to the top, right? So log base 2 of 2x plus log base 2 of 3 to the third. So be careful. Make sure you do 3 times 3 times 3. Don't do 3 times 3. Okay? So 3 to the second is 9. 3 to the third is 27. So this is equal to 0. So log base 2 of 2x plus log base 2 of 27, right? Now you got me questioning whether it's right. So 3 raised to the third power is 27. Okay. Equals 0. Now we're going to multiply these, right? Because it's a plus. So log base 2 of 27 times 2. 27 times 2 is 54x. Right. So now change it to 2 to the 0 power equals 54x. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Right. Divide by 54. Remember, you're dividing by the number that's with the fraction or with the variable. Those cancel, guys. This is 1 over 54 equals x. All right, so let's go back to Delta Math. Okay, so in my answer, okay, remember you can just use the division bar, or you can actually go in and use the fraction. I don't remember where the fraction was now. Okay, you just use the division bar. Okay, so 1 divided by, or the slash bar, that's what I mean. Okay, you can use the division right there. 1 divided by 54, hit submit. Hopefully we did this right. Is that your answer? Yes. Okay, and then there's all your work. All right. Okie dokie. Hopefully everybody's got what's going on. You got 2 Delta Math assignments. 1, okay, what I showed you earlier. Okay, so changing the converting to logs, so that's this. Okay, so watch out for that. Okay, so let's just do this one real quick. So this would be 3 raised to the third power. Okay, if you want to use the keyboard, right? So 3, there's my exponent button right there where the hand is. I just went to point at it with my finger. That didn't work. Okay, to the third power, shift over, okay, equals, okay, and then it would be x squared, okay, shift over, minus 2x plus 13. Submit your answer, and it would be right. Okay, and then there's 5 of these ones that we just got done doing. Okay, hopefully everyone's good. Make sure it gets done by Tuesday night and by 11:59. Okay, don't wait till the last minute. All right, see you guys later. Bye.